YouTube, what's going on? Happy Monday. As you can see, we have a road closure. Those little accessories, I think, actually look pretty cool. But anyways, I got a video to do here. The dotted lines didn't come out so good. They'll have to be redone. But I found a really handy way of doing it. There's a little yellow paint pen made by Woodland Scenics. That's perfect. I need to get a white one so I can do the shoulder line. Anyways, what we're looking at here is a couple of... Where is my lifter? Got to be kidding me, man. Where'd it go? Where the heck did it go? Alright, not to fret. I got another one. Alright, so. Oh, I know where it went. Okay. So, these are Schuco 1:64 scale, highly detailed. This is the German made in China casting. And what we have here is a 458 Italia Ferrari and a Porsche Boxster. These are probably as detailed as Kyosho. Metal body, metal base. The Kyosho catalog is quite a bit more extensive than Schuco. Really, Schuco doesn't seem to have a lot out, which is why I don't have a lot of them. So here are two of the Schuco. I only have three, actually. I have these two, which are both, I think, beautiful castings. This one is as well. My camera's probably not going to show this one as well, but this is just insane. That is an awesome Porsche. Incredible for such a small scale car. Even the interior has pretty nice detail. We'll see as it comes back around, and then I'll get to some of this other stuff. Look at that steering wheel. That's the size of a Hot Wheel, folks. All right. So those are the three Schuco cars that I have in my collection. Schuco, as I said, are metal body, metal base, rubber tires with tread. Now the base on these is not detailed, which I'm okay with. I actually prefer it that way. I want all the detail being up at the top of the car. There's no reason to have a detailed base. Save that money and put the detail up at the top of the car. But anyways, another YouTuber, he's also on Instagram. Oh, wow, dude. I didn't know how... Man, I'm glad I sent all that stuff. I didn't realize these were that much. I'm sure you all know Lamar Fashion. Free the Peace. Shout out to Free the Peace. He grabbed a couple of Schucos at a local hobby shop that's local to him in Southern California. And when he posted pictures, I was like, I've got to have those cars. So I hit him up and I said, hey, can you grab one of each of those for me? And, you know, I'll trade, or I'll buy them or whatever. And I had a Kyosho Ferrari F50 that he was interested in. So he was like, yeah, no problem. He went and picked them up. And I got them in the mail today. They are amazing. I didn't realize they were $17 a piece. So, Lamar, thank you. Let's get cracking them. So, for those of you that don't know, these come in boxes just like this. They are screwed down. It's a cardboard base that they're screwed down to. I actually think for these premium cars, these are probably my favorite packaging. The Kyosho packages look okay, but they're really hard. They're not symmetrical, so they're really hard to store. You really can't toss them in a box and have them stack up nicely like you would be able to with these, or like you can with TLV boxes or Auto World boxes. So I like this because it's basically a box, like an Auto World style box, with a window that you can see the casting. So I actually think this is probably my favorite premium packaging for the 1:64 scale. And it's just one screw that holds the car to the base. It's real easy to take the car off, and then later on, if you want to put the car away, or if you want to sell it or trade it and send it off to somebody, it's really easy to put it back on the base. So we're going to start off by taking a look at this Mercedes, which I am fond of because my brother has one of these that I don't know if it's this same model, but it looks similar to this one. It's actually his wife's. They got married about 1.5 years ago, and my brother's wife's grandfather bought the car brand new. It's I think a 1972 or 73, and it's a little beat up, but you know, it's a one-owner car, and it's a classic Mercedes. So this car really reminds me of it. Actually, I should show a picture. Here is this Schuco. There's the base. This base actually does feature more detail. These tires look to be scaled accurately. These are prototypical wheels, which is awesome. I love that dark green color. It almost looked like a black in the package. This is an awesome car. I'll show you guys the other Mercedes that I'm talking about here. You enthusiasts would know better than I. I bet Lamar could tell right off. I don't think it's the same car, but it just reminds me of it. So there is my brother's old Mercedes there. One owner car, and it runs good. We cruised around in it all morning. So, but anyways, so I really like this. I kind of wish I had the civilian model, but I don't mind the police car, especially a nostalgic throwback police car like this with this detail, because this detail is incredible. It's among the best. It's up there with TLV and Kyosho. I think for my money, TLV is still the best detail, but this is not too far behind. So that's one of the two. And then the other one that I got here, this one seems to be really difficult to find online. It doesn't seem like there are many of these available to purchase. At least not on eBay. You know, maybe I'm on the wrong site. But pretty much eBay is my go-to for any diecast that I cannot source local to myself. I pretty much go to eBay. I know a lot of collectors don't like it. They call it Evil Bay or ePay and all of that. eBay is actually a great source for diecast or anything else collectible, because you know, like you see people in these diecast groups, they'll throw up a picture of a car and say, does anybody know what this is worth? If you want to know what it's worth, go to eBay and look it up. Just look up the car and go to completed listings. Don't see what people are asking for it. look at what it has actually sold for. And it's the best way to get current market value, because we all know that the price of these cars constantly changes, but it shows you what people are paying for that car in the current market, under the current market conditions. So this next one is absolutely amazing. It is just wow. The base, it's metal on metal. The mud flaps are actually part of the base, so that's awesome because they're not going to break off. Let's pull the Mercedes down and take a look at this Land Rover Defender. Insert transparent lensed headlights. Lamar did feature these on his channel and his Instagram, so I know you've all probably already seen these. But they are worth another look. They're so nice that they're worth another look. Now me, just a quick overview of myself as a collector. A couple of years ago, I started collecting Hot Wheels. What I found was that I was really liking the Greenlight cars because of their detail, so I started buying a lot of Greenlight. Then I started buying a lot of Auto World because of their detail. Then I started buying Johnny Lightning when they relaunched, and I still bought Hot Wheels and Matchbox, but I really got into the detailed stuff. And what has happened with me over the last probably 8 months or so is I've gotten burnt out on all the domestic castings from Greenlight and Auto World. So I have discovered that there actually is a pretty decent amount of premium detailed import diecast out there. The problem is it's not commercially available in the US, so it's, you know, you got to pay that premium to get it across the pond. But it is amazing, and you know, getting this type of stuff and putting it next to the Auto World and the Greenlight, they really complement each other very nicely. So what I wanted to do, because I'm a huge fan of off-road vehicles and 4x4s, and there just aren't a lot of them in premium diecast, I think Hot Wheels does an okay job, not great. Matchbox, kind of the same thing. Matchbox actually has an International Scout. They've got an old Ford Bronco. They've got a K5 Blazer. The problem with theirs is they just don't look good. They just don't look good. The Bronco, if they get the right livery on it, it looks okay. I thought the Skyjacker looked okay. The International Scout that they have is horrible. It's a horrible casting. So what I wanted to do in getting this Land Rover is I wanted to show just a small collection of some of the premium off-road vehicles that I have. And all of these have been featured at some point or another on my channel. I just wanted to show how well this Land Rover is going to fit in with the others that I have. So this is your Land Rover Defender. And right next to it, I guess we'll just start with this one. This is the only Tomica Limited Vintage off-road vehicle that I have, which is a Nissan Safari. And it is an awesome casting. It's very highly detailed. It's got the steel wheels. Doesn't quite have as aggressive a stance as the Land Rover. The ground clearance isn't quite as much. The wheelbase isn't as ideal for off-road, but it's still a nice four-wheel drive vehicle that you can take up to the mountains and elevate yourself. So that is one. I don't know what these little flies are. I'm gonna have to do something about that, because that is, first of all, it's gross. Second of all, it's very annoying. So another casting that I want to put next to this Defender from Racing Champs a casting that they did an amazing job with, this Ford Bronco. The only complaint that I have with this Bronco is the ass end sags. I don't know what is up with that, but every single one of them that I have, I think I have like 6 of them, they all do it. The ass end just sags. It's like there's a pallet of bricks in the back. But, you know, you got 2 really nicely detailed off-road vehicles that look to be scaled actually pretty proportionate and really complement each other, in my opinion. Now, the Land Rover, you have the lensed details, which I think takes it another step for realism. You don't get that with the Racing Champions. But as it comes back around, just look at the front end. I mean, it's still very nice up against very nice. So that's another killer off-road vehicle. From Greenlight, and I really wish Greenlight would make more of this off-road stuff. You know, now that they've started doing the lift kits on their trucks, and I want to see a lifted C10. I want to see a lifted Ford, the new Ford that they just came out with. I want to see a lifted Trail Duster or Ram Charger. I want to see all of their 4x4s come out with a lift. This is an old Ford Bronco. These 2 vehicles, man, you get these things together out in the open on a trail, they are going to blaze a path. Very cool. This is not my favorite Ford Bronco from Greenlight, but it's the one I grabbed. Another one, this one from Johnny Lightning. Now, there's a couple things about this casting I don't like, but the big thing I wasn't a fan of was the white stripe on the tires, so I turned them around. I think it looks quite a bit better, but yeah, another awesome duo. I actually had a 1984 Grand Wagoneer when I was 20. Beat the hell out of it. I had it about 6 months, and then it wouldn't drive anymore. Alright, another Johnny Lightning. Probably the best off-road vehicle you can get, some would probably argue, is this Toyota, what is it, BJ40 Land Cruiser. Oh. Let's do this guy. Everybody saw these not too long ago in some of the videos I did. Should have got the lighter color, but this is a very nice Jeep Cherokee. That would tear up some trail there. Not very good for focusing. I really want to do like an off-road mountain style diorama. I think the next one I do might be it. The next one I do is not going to be flat. That much I can tell you. For good measure, since it's out here, another Johnny Lightning. Now this Hummer actually has really good detail. Plus, it has the Champion DJK Special. Ooh. What was that? Who's saying? Oh, TLC, the red light special. I call this the headlight special. Look at that. That thing is a beast. All right, moving along. I only have a few more. Actually, I have 3 more. What order do I want to do these in? All right, do this one first. I bought this because it's the closest thing in this scale to what I drive. My car is actually available in 1:43 scale. Kyosho did it. I think a couple other people did it. And I might pick one up at some point. But I don't think... Somebody told me that it is available in 1:64. I have not been able to find it. But this is a Toyota Land Cruiser. And probably my all-time favorite car. I don't care what generation it is. I would take any one of them. They are hand-built, and they are built like tanks. So, and this one is made by Kyosho. And then the last 2, this one is probably going to be a fan favorite. It's probably going to look really good next to the Land Rover. I bet these complement each other very nicely. Mercedes G-Wagon. So if you're heading on out on an off-road expedition, which one of these vehicles are you taking? G-Wagon is sweet. It's a good one. All you collectors should get one of those. They are getting pricey, though, I've noticed. I got lucky. I must have bought mine right at the right time. And then this one, I'm actually, the next time I buy a car, I think this is what I might get. Beast. Toyota FJ. I bet these complement each other nicely as well. Both of these have lensed headlights. The FJ has lensed taillights. I noticed the Land Rover looks like it's painted, which I'm okay with because they're very small, and it's probably better that they're painted. Oh, I gotta turn these headlights off. But anyways, so that is the video. I wanted to showcase a few things, just my small Kyosho, or my small Shuko collection, as well as some detailed off-road vehicles. Look at this Mercedes. It even has a hood ornament on it. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Well, no, M2 does it. They fall off, though, if you look at it. That is really cool. That looks like it's part of the grille, and it is metal, so probably a little bit stronger. Though I would imagine you'd still have to be careful with that, because you could end up taking the grille off. These are collectible cars. They're not toys that are meant to be played with, although I'm sure they could be played with as long as they weren't played with too aggressively. For me, it's just about putting them on display. I don't know why I'm such a geek about diecast, but I am. But I mean, look at this. I mean, for anybody that loves cars, how can you not get a kick out of this stuff? This is just too cool. These are 2 awesome additions to my collection. Lamar, thank you again. I'm glad we made that trade. I'm glad you liked the box. I feel much better. I mean, I felt good anyways. I wasn't worried about it. I feel like everything I sent you was worth these 2 cars. So I'm totally happy with it. And, oh, you know what? I did forget one. It's a beautiful one, too. It's, I think, some of Johnny Lightning's best work. in particular this release, not necessarily this color, but this release, this International Scout, is a Grand Slam home run. It looks fantastic. And took these two cars out, you would tear it up. So, of all of these off-road vehicles, which one do you want to hit the trail in? For me, I think I would have to say it's a tough call. It really is a tough call, but I think for me, it would either be this Land Rover or this Toyota. The thing is that the Toyota is going to be a hell of a lot more reliable than the Land Rover. I saw on Top Gear, they took out a Mercedes G-Wagon, a Cadillac Escalade, and a Range Rover, and the Range Rover's sunroof was leaking. It was raining out, and the sunroof was leaking. It was a brand new car. So, Land Rovers don't really have the best reputation of being reliable. They don't hold their value for crap. You can buy a Discovery a few years old with 60,000 miles on it for a really decent price for what you get. They just don't hold their value. I don't know. I like them, but I don't think they have the reputation of being the most reliable. But they do have a reputation of looking awesome and performing well off-road. So for me, I think I would take one of these two cars. I'm not sure which one. I think I would lean towards the Toyota. Comment below, which one are you taking off-road? Thank you for checking out the video. I will holler at you all at the next video. Take care.